Thank you. Proceed. Omokolima, please sit down. Omokolima, please have your seat. Omokolima, your issue has been addressed. Omokolima, please have your seat. Sergeant. Omokolima, please have your seat. Chief Judge, please go ahead with my agenda. Chief Judge, please go ahead. Go ahead.
The second section of the House of Representatives.
Please have your seat. Please have your seat. Please have your seat. Approach the chair. Approach the chair. Please have your seat.
The fourth day sitting of the first quarter of the second section of the House of Representatives of the People's Republic of Liberia. Thursday, January 2025. Agenda. One session calls to order. 2 prayers. 3 roll call. 1 reading correction or amendment and adoption of the agenda. 5 call for petition. 6 call for standing committee report. 7 call for special committee report. 8 call for motion, bill, and resolution. 9 business on speaker's desk. Honorable, we have communication from Honorable Representative Elected District Number 2 and Honorable Austin B. Taylor, Representative Elected District Number 3, Maryland County, respectively, craving the indulgence of the House to invite the FTA and move with their technical teams, as well as the management of Lusa MTN and Orange Liberia to provide technical details regarding the constant network problems in the southeastern region of Liberia. B. Communication from the Liberia National Police requesting for engagement with persons of interest in the ongoing police investigation. C. Communication from the Scopados family notifying the House of Representatives of the death of former Representative Bernard B. Scopados, elected District Number 2, Grand Prix County. 10 miscellaneous, 11 adjournment. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen, that is the reading of the draft agenda for today's business being the full day sitting Thursday, January 23, 2025. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Clerk. For the reading of the agenda, Honorable Oliver, it's a great pleasure. Honorable Kisi College.
Honorable Distinguished Speaker, our Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues, having listened to the reading of the agenda, I move, if I can obtain a second, that the agenda be accepted and then form part of our today's business.
With the motion, proper and seconded, are you all ready to vote? All ready? Oh God.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, to my distinguished colleagues from local county, Chair on National Security, I will be ready to vote. I will be ready to vote if this simple amendment could be accepted, owing to the fact that we have issues of national concern on the agenda, and the agenda I can see carry the communications informing us of one of our former colleagues who were called by the Almighty God. I'll be ready to vote that this agenda item be noted and leadership take seize of it and work along with the family to have the proper thing done, to have our own colleague given to
Okay.
To our distinguished colleague from my Debee, I humbly reject.
With the amendment made the motion, are you ready to vote? All those in favor say yea. Against? The motion is carried. Call for petition.
There is no petition, Honorable Speaker.
Call for standing committee's report.
No standing committee report, Honorable Speaker.
Call for special committee's report.
No special committee report.
Call for motion, bills, and resolution.
No motion, no bill, no resolution.
This is on Speaker's desk.
Yes, sir. Communications from Honorable Anthony Williams and Honorable Austin B. Taylor. Dear Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I write to pray the indulgence of this august body to invite the authority of the Liberian Telecommunication Authority (LTA), along with their technical team, as well as the authority of Lone Star, MTN, and Orange Liberia, to provide technical details regarding the constant network problems within the southeastern region of Liberia. Honorable Speaker and esteemed colleagues, the southeastern region has been experiencing persistent network issues that have severely impacted the daily lives of our citizens. The poor network condition has posed significant challenges and hardships, affected normal economic activities, and caused untold suffering to the people. The unreliable network has disrupted business operations, leading to financial losses for entrepreneurs and traders who rely on stable communication for transactions and coordination, including mobile money services. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, given the gravity of the situation, it is imperative that we seek a comprehensive understanding of the technical issues and the measures being taken to address them. Therefore, I respectfully request that the LTA, Lone Star, MTN, and Orange Liberia provide detailed explanations and proposed solutions to alleviate the network problems in the southeastern region. Thank you for your attention to this urgent matter. Honorable Anthony F. Williams, Representative, Electoral District Number 2, Cleveland, Sullivan District, Maryland County. Communication from Honorable Taylor. Dear Speaker Kuhn, Honorable Speaker and esteemed colleagues, I wish to draw the attention of the plenary to the significant deficiencies in the GSM network coverage within Maryland County. A staggering 80% of the residents in Maryland County are currently facing challenges related to inadequate mobile network connectivity.
The Right Honorable Richard Nagwe, Speaker of the 55th. Having listened to a very important and essential letter that has to do with the fluctuation of our network as it relates to.
Be ready to vote. If you kindly accept a simple amendment, allowing the proponent of this communication, these are the meaning of.
Will be crucial to uncovering the circumstances surrounding the incident. Given the sensitive nature of this investigation and the need for transparent proceedings, we would like to inform you that we have identified members of your House as persons of interest to this ongoing investigation and will be calling them for questioning. Those concerned are 1. Honorable J. Bonati Kofa. 2. Honorable Saf Foko. 3. Honorable Abu B. Kamara. 4. Honorable Jackson W. Sibo. 5. Honorable Priscilla A. Cooper. 6. Honorable J. Marvin Cole. 7. Honorable Jacob C. Debee. The LMP is committed to conducting this investigation professionally to ensure that all individuals' rights are respected. We are confident that the cooperation of the House of Representatives will significantly enhance our efforts to prevent future occurrences of such incidents. We respectfully request a meeting with the identified representatives at a convenient time to discuss the terms and framework of their participation in this investigation. The LMP is prepared to provide any necessary support and coordinate closely with your office to ensure a smooth and effective process. We appreciate your understanding and support in this matter of national importance. Sincerely, Gregory O. W. Coleman, Inspector General, Liberia National Police.
Africa. If the children crying for starvation, just don't spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, don't spoon. You want to know?
On the spoon to get your information.
Okay, tune to Spoon to get your information,
Discussion.
to be part of our discussion, to know what's happening in Liberia,
Information.
to know what the policymakers
Spoon.
are involved with,
Station.
to get the updates, to get critical analysis
You what is happening?
on the diverse panel here every night, to bring you face to face with the policymakers.
Happening in more.
Tune to Spoon. And of course, the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon is here tonight. We'd like to welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Nelson Colette. Thanks to the many of you joining us via radio. We're live on Spoon FM 107.5. We're live on Fabric Radio 101.1, Super 95.5 FM, and a host of other radio stations across Liberia. Many thanks to our partner radio stations that are always relaying the program. We appreciate all of you for joining us via these different mediums as well. My name is Nelson Colette, and this is the Late Night Show. We want to welcome all of you joining us via the the live stream online, whether on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, Super TV, or on YouTube, Spoon Talk Live. We appreciate all of you for joining us tonight. It's going to be a great show, a lot to talk about, so many things happening across the country, and we're going to have a guest on the show as well, Honorable Jacob Debee, one of those lawmakers who has been declared persons of interest, is going to be our guest here tonight. And of course, we are going to bring you post analysis and bring you analysis as well on some of the other happenings across the country. But before moving to that, let me recognize a few of you in the comment section just before bringing the updates and then getting the team and our guests on here shortly tonight. Please share the program as you join us. We ask you to kindly share the show tonight so we have a great interaction here. Yes, you can share the program as you join us tonight on this edition of the late night show. All right. Okay. All right. So please share the program as you join us. Let me go to the comment section. I see Jacob F. Fako. Thanks for coming on tonight. Nathaniel Brown joining us from New Georgia Estate. We appreciate you for coming on tonight. My own big brother, J. Tazo Rabbit. Thanks for joining us tonight, sir. We appreciate you. Daily Myers. Thanks for coming on. Aloysius Tinty. Junior, we appreciate you as well from Canada. That's where you're joining us from. I see a lot of you joining us. Haja Masakwe is here. Masa Riggs joining us. CAB Dennis, thanks for joining us from Jacob there in Nimba County. Melvin Colley, P. Isa Terawali, joining us from Banga and Monrovia, respectively. O.P. O'Neill Johnson is here tonight. I see God Favor Caesar, Rufus Quena. Mr. Quena, thanks for coming on tonight. We appreciate you. Natana K. Hill is here as always. We appreciate you for joining us tonight. Again, please share the show as you come on. Hipko Kazi, Yaya Davis, thanks for coming on tonight. Peter Sion, Omarson, Khaled Jr., thanks for joining us tonight. Maxwell Kendima, yes. Like Kanen, Philip Ballard, Mr. Ballard, thanks for joining us as well. Jarahine is here. Charles Myers, Matthew Myers. I see Prince Gay joining us as well as Tom Wisse joining in tonight from New Crew Town, somewhere in the suburb of Monrovia. Thanks for joining us tonight. Lockett, that's Lockett James. Thanks for coming on tonight. Spot Liberia. We appreciate all of you for joining us tonight on this edition of the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. And we want to welcome all of you to the program tonight. Well, there's a whole lot happening across the country. We have a lot to unpack tonight, trying to crisscross through the many happenings across the country, hoping that, we can make the most of the time we have to be on here tonight. But I want to welcome all of you to this edition of the program. Thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. Well, just for the update, there's a whole lot happening at the moment. Just a whole lot happening across the country. Yes, so we are seeing the stage being set gradually for the State of the Nation address, the SODA. A lot is being done, even at the level of the grounds of the legislature, to ensure that President Buhari is delivering his State of the Nation address. We're just a few days away. Today is Thursday, or today is the 24th of okay, so let's make it Friday now. For us here in Liberia, it's already past 12 a.m. So let's say it's Friday, and we have Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, just 2 days in between, and then we'll be talking about the State of the Nation address, the SONA. Um, so it's coming up, and a lot is being done despite the situation with the rotunda or the joint chambers, where the president is supposed to be addressing the nation from. Since, in fact, all 103 lawmakers are the direct representatives of the people of Liberia, be it through through their election as representatives or senators of the different counties and districts. Yes, the SONA will not be, addressed it as most of you are aware as a result of the situation of Capitol Hill. A police investigation is going on, and they've 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 listed not police specifically. Let me put it this way: the joint security is still carrying on her investigation, and as part of the process, that body, the joint security, talking about the Liberia National Fire Service, the Liberia National Police, they've enlisted a few lawmakers as persons of interest. A lot of you may have heard that the Imbato Speaker Kofa of Grand Crew County District 2 is one of those enlisted as person of interest. Representative Marvin Cole, a person of interest, District 3, Bon County. Representative Dixon Sibo, Montserrat County District 16, person of interest. Representative Priscilla Cooper, Montserrat County District 5, person of interest. Representative Abu Kamara, District 15, Montserrat County, person of interest. Representative Jacob Debee the second, who happens to be our guest tonight, of Grand County District 3, person of interest, and Representative Frank Safoko of District 9, Montserrat County, person of interest. So these are the list of lawmakers, the number of people who have been enlisted by the joint security as people who will be who, as per investigation so far, are connected to the fire situation or need to answer some questions with respect to what they know or what their involvements are regarding the fire that gutted the Capitol building. So these lawmakers will subsequently be appearing at the House of Representatives, not the House of Representatives, but at the Liberia National Police, or before the Joint Security, to answer some questions. And that is that. Aside from that, we have a whole lot happening across the country. There are concerns about the poor network issue in the country, communication on the floor of the House of Representatives today for the two major GSM network providers in the country, Lone Star Cell and Orange Liberia, to appear before that body to state reason, and also the LTA to give reasons why the poor quality of network across the country. And there are also other concerns. You want to talk about the House of the Liberian Senate, sorry, where Senator Momo Cyrus is alarming over the issue of vulnerability of lawmakers due to low security at the Liberian Senate, as part of his report upon their return, since in fact all heads of committees, different committees, have been presenting reports to that August body. He's been emphasizing the need for the security at the level of the Liberian Senate or the legislature in general to be beefed up so as to ensure lawmakers or that body is prevented from unforeseen dangers. But why he's saying that, today we noticed a thorough search there at the House of Representatives, at the legislature. And in fact, security wasn't the normal thing that we've seen in recent time. People were being searched. At some point, you were entered and people asked you for your ID card. If you're going to the next stage, you'll be asked for your identity. It's been that way, and all of that. Well, there has been suspension, dismissal. That's another one. Zach Pillay, the youth chair of the MDR, was dismissed today. following his remarks at the funeral service of the fallen Nimba County Senator, Senator Prince Yelugbe Johnson. But Zach is Zach Pele a youth chairman? You know, maybe we have to understand this thing. What constitutes a youth? Who is a youth? You know, Zach should be in his 40 or so, very close to 40 or above 40. How can a 40-year-old man be a youth? Now, you go back, Jefferson Kochi, serving as youth chair of the CDC again, was almost 40. You know, maybe there's a different interpretation for who a youth is in the political setting as compared to what the actual definition of youth is outside of the political parties. But that's just, the other aspect of it. But there's a whole lot happening across the country. We're going to bring you the issues here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Please share the program, and let's have a great show tonight. Let me bring our brothers on. I see Francis Jabate. Francis has a birthday today. Francis Jr., Baby J, is celebrating his first birthday. We have a party. I don't know if it's going to be virtual since I'm all the way here in Liberia. But Francis told me that there's a big celebration up. But I want to welcome you to the show, Francis. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you, bro. Am I coming through clear?
Yeah, you're coming through very clear.
Yeah, the man said he will freeze it on that cake and send it to you.
Imagine
he will say Uncle Nelson cake. But brother, thanks for having me, man. I know it's been a while, but I'm always following you guys behind the scene. You know, just the schedule is kind of crazy and stuff like that. But I'm always following. It's good to be back. Good morning, good evening to our folks in Liberia, wherever you are. You know, let's have a great show.
Yes, indeed. We're gonna have a great show tonight. Let me bring Sandy on. I see he's set already. Sandy, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Nothing, and Francis, it's good to be with you. Good evening from my end. Francis, it's good to see you.
Yes, bro. So likewise.
Yeah, it's good to be, and happy birthday to the young man. Time fly. Yesterday,
Yeah,
it was just yesterday.
I saw you having a show from the hospital. I was in the hospital and I was on the show.
Yeah, it seemed like yesterday when Francis joined the show from the hospital, and everyone in the chat room, were concerned, and we were talking. But 1 year has come and gone, and of course, Baby J is turning to be a great guy now, celebrating his first his first birthday. But I don't know why it's not appearing from my end. Oh, okay, now I see. Yeah. So want to wish Baby J happy birthday. And I see the man already started eating the cake. We're gonna end the show with that.
You will say a piece. He already now caught a freezer. You will say a week.
All right, so let's get the show started. Until we can get our guests coming on, I'd like you to do your opening, Francis, and then we're gonna go to Sandy next. What's on your mind? Maybe 1 minute 30 seconds, and then we can go around the table.
Yeah, Nelson. I mean, as I sat today with my family, and my son, celebrating his first birthday, thinking about all the plans his mom and I have in store for him, the great things that we want to do for him in the future, the bright future. By the grace of God, we want to plan for him. Then I sat there and just got drained by thinking about how other people, children, our brothers and sisters, our family in Liberia, they don't have such future or even hope of such future, which is bad. Our people are over there really, really suffering, regardless of which administration. It could be this one, the last one, the one before. There seems to be no hope for our people. All of the plans they come with, there's no clear path. You cannot sit and look through any of their plans and say, oh, yes, this will directly impact the lives of our people. Everything is centered around what re-election for them, but nothing can come to fruition. So we are hoping and praying that we'll continue to talk, because the little person, like my son, age in Liberia as 1 year old, he or she should be able to go to school. when we talk about free public education, for quality public education. Our country, our human resources is draining. Our human resources is draining. That's the reason why we keep getting seeing old recycled rotten politicians from before our parents were born, because they refuse to educate the masses because they do not want them to challenge them. They refuse to host elections for superintendents and city mayors because these are the people that are supposed to be the next presidential candidates. Because when you elect a superintendent who will advocate for the needs of the people in that county and then does well for his or her county, the people will want to elect that person as president. The city mayor who does right for his or his city or her city will be elected as superintendent, because these are leaders that people can actually see what they are doing. They refuse to elect these people because they want to continue to appoint them so that the president can control everything, and these people can just sit there, collect a paycheck, and does nothing for the people of their counties. But our people will continue to suffer if they do not stand up. Do not just look at the salaries that they are paying these people, but your local elections are very important. Push for them to re-elect superintendents, to start electing superintendents and city mayors. Liberia will never change or get developed.
Thank you.
No accountability will come without electing superintendents and city mayors. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, Cindy. Francis. Cindy, you want to go ahead? Let's hear what's on your mind.
I may look like Francis, but I'm very handsome than him, so be careful. Look, on a serious note, there's so many things going on in the country. I was listening to Spoon Talk earlier today, and I was just paying attention to the list of folks that are being considered folks of interest. And I know we are expecting Representative Debee here tonight to join us and kind of clear his side or tell us what's going on. But that part of the investigation is very interesting. I want to know more. I heard the president is also about to head to Tanzania for some electrical power grant program. So that's a good thing. Hopefully, we can hear more about it. Hopefully, that trip will bring some sort of benefit to Liberia in the area of electrical power, because that's something we really need in the country. But I look forward to really discussing. I look forward to engaging with Representative Jacob Debee. Hopefully, he join us tonight.
All right. Thanks a lot, Cindy. I just spoke with the lawmaker. He's trying to set up to come on. But you're right. We can only hope that these foreign travels, these international engagements will bring, the necessary results. Because come to think about it, we criticize our leaders sometimes for spending loosely, lavish spending on foreign travels and all of that. But then it depends. What's in it for us? What are we getting at the end of the day? Whether it is our international partners coming to Liberia, like we saw with the delegation from the Millennium Challenge Corporation, the delegation from the World Bank coming to Liberia, engaging with the energy sector, or whether it's the delegation from Egypt coming to Liberia today to engage with the fishery sector to help strengthen the sector, carry on some assessments and all of that. Or, whether it's the president going out, engaging with the Liberian community, with investors. At the end of the day, what matters most is what's in it for us, not only in terms of money, the millions of dollars, but how can we as a country tap on all these things to improve the lives of the ordinary people? That's what matters the most. But it's a good thing that we're here tonight, and while our guest is trying to setting up to come on, I'd like us to kickstart the show. And you know, the issue about security has been a major concern in the country for a very long time. Now, the last time I checked, former President George Weah was telling Liberians that everybody needs to be your own security. Buy a CCTV camera, put it in your house, for your security. Now, there were mixed reactions. Some people condemned the former president for that comment. Some people commended him for what he said. But at the end of the day, there was something to pick up from there. And the underlying factor there, or the takeaway from that statement, was the fact that the security sector under former President George Weah was challenged. Now, moving to where we are, has there been any improvement in the sector? Is there anything we can point to as improvement in the sector so far? Now, security from different angles, from different levels. Alfred, welcome to the show. You want to talk about the security of Liberians, the over 5 million people who live in the country, or the security of our national leaders. Today, the Senate Committee Chairperson on Defense and Security, Senator Momo Cyrus, raised some serious concerns. He was concerned about the security at the level of the Liberian Senate or the legislature in general. The fact that there's no CCTV camera at the legislature, the fact that people will just go about, walk through the building, who you can't do, I can't do lawmaker S. Some people walking through the different corridors asking, what the other lawmaker office? What the other lawmaker office? Now, so he became very concerned. And he saw this as something that's endangering the lives of senators. And he was calling on that body today to ensure that they beef up security at the legislature. And they started some tough search of everybody entering the building. If you are going with a bag, in fact, you're not allowed to enter with a bag. If you're carrying something, they want to see what's in there and all of those things. I mean, what do you make of this? Security at the level of the Senate. Security at the level of the legislature. Is this a good start for the country? That the conversation around security is beginning at the level of the Senate. I mean, I want us to start a conversation from here because we're going to get our guest on very shortly. And then thereafter we'll move on to other issues. But let's start the conversation from here. Let's start with you, Francis. You are muted.
Nelson, okay. You see, there's a trend here, right? These lawmakers, when something doesn't directly affect them, they don't care. Sir Joseph said nothing about fire trucks or fire service in Liberia until the house got burned down, and he almost lost his life. We thank God he's still with us today. He said nothing. Not was saying anything about fire issue in Liberia until it came knocking on his door. Then now Momo Cyrus, because he worked in the Capitol building, they are afraid. They want protection, and rightly so. They should be thinking about security. They should be safe when they go to work. But we were just discussing a few months ago, or probably a few months ago, they talked about 4 police officers in Riverside County. Riverside County has hundreds of thousands of people living there. You got 4 police officers that were no gun. So the people are living over there, and some of the counties even have no police. What about those people? What about those people? Are their lives not important? Are they not Liberian? As a matter of fact, you work for those people. Why should your life be protected? For their lives are up for grabs. We sit here every day. We see Liberia look like a barbaric nation all over the internet, where jungle justice is the law of the land. somebody wrote. The president wrote as a dead man or woman. People coming with rocks and bashing people head in the street. Nobody to stop anything. You call security, it take 2 weeks before they show up from Congo Town to Nizo Junction. So yeah, there should be security at the capital. But before they start making all that noise, let them talk about the ordinary Liberians that are going to bed, scared, walking down the street, scared, in counties where you can't even call the police because police will not show up because they do not exist in those counties. So shame on them for talking about security at the capital when the people.
Francis, I want to understand where exactly you sit on this. You are appreciating the senator, and you say it's a good move. It's a great conversation. They need to be protected. You just alluded to that. But you come back to say shame on them for talking about their own security. I mean, where are you on this, Francis?
Nelson, all Liberians has the right to be protected, to live in a free and safe society.
Mm-hmm.
But the senators, yes, they are Liberians too. They should be protected. But when you come to talk about security for Capitol building, you that make a lot of money in the country, but you're not talking about how can you provide security for the over 5 million Liberians in the country. Some counties, my man, have no police officer. Even when they do, they have no gun. How can 4 police officers protect a county of over 100,000 or 200,000 people?
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you. I want to hold you there, and because I see the lawmaker is trying to log on now. Cindy, let's hear your take on this issue, and then we're going to take Alfred next.
Sandy, can I go first before I lose my thought on this
No,
conversation?
just jot down your thoughts. You're not going to lose your thoughts. Go ahead, Cindy.
Nelson, this topic, this issue being flagged by the senator is very important. I understand my brother's argument here about providing security for every Liberian, and that is true, Francis, because our people are without any security in the country, or I should say limited security in the country. But it is very crucial that our lawmakers are provided security, especially at the Capitol building, same as the executive mansion, and same as the judiciary branch of government, where those people sit and make major decisions. No one should just venture around there. Nelson, that Capitol building should not just be accessed by anyone. Anyone can just climb the fence from behind LU. People can just go through. It's open to the public. And quite frankly, it shouldn't be that way. There should be some strong security measures over there. Maybe that would even help us to address the issue of the fire at the Capitol building, by now. If we have strong security, maybe we will have identified who caused the fire or who lighted that building on fire. Now, there is no CC camera, like you said. If we have had CC camera over there, maybe we will trace those that burned the Capitol building. Nelson, no one should just come to the Capitol building and say, show me Nelson Collet's office. It shouldn't be that way. In fact, Nelson Collet should have a list of people coming to him at the Capitol building every day, left with the security at the front there, so that when you come, you say, my name is Jalahu, and this is my ID. I'm coming to Nelson Collet. They look on the list and say, yes, today we are expecting Jalahu to come to Nelson Collet. It should be organized. You shouldn't just walk up and say, take me to Nelson Collet's office.
Cindy, I want to hold you.
I know our guy is coming, so you rush it.
I want to hold you there. Probably we'll come back when we have time. We're going to touch on this plus other issues. I see Famola is coming on as well, but Alfred, I want you to just end up 1 minute, then we'll bring the lawmaker on.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nelson. First of all, who is this senator? Who is he in the House? This man is the chairman.
No, that's a rhetorical question. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
This man is the chairman on security and national defense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He shouldn't even be talking about this. The first thing is first thing first. Let's look at his argument on the budget. This is the man on national security and defense. He is the chairman. When was the last time this Senator Cyrus hold a budget? He hold a budget at his office and said this budget will not be passed until certain thing is done as it relates to national security. When was the last time? He has
But
no history.
Alfred, is it possible for Senator Cyrus as an individual to hold onto the budget and say the budget can be passed until certain things are done in the interest of national security? Is it possible? Because this is one out of 30 senators.
Nothing.
The budget goes to the legislature. Individual lawmakers get copies of the budget. They go through it, through the different committees. They get
Nothing.
to means.
I don't want to go far.
I'm coming after it, especially through the ways and means. They get to make their allotments. They will sign, or they will vote. Sorry, they will vote on the passage of the budget. So let's assume that Cyrus decides to hold back his vote. Does that change anything?
Nothing. The chairman on national security and defense is a standing committee. It's a standing committee within the national legislature, especially the Senate. All right. So he has leverage. That's why he's the chairman on national security and defense. He has leverage. He can use his leverage to hold the budget until certain things are done in the budget. Unfortunately, we have a country where the guys only interested in what benefits them. That's the country we have. We don't have leaders with vision.
Alfred, I want to go back. How does he hold the budget? We have the lawmaker in the background. We're going to bring him on shortly. But how does a single or an individual senator hold the budget? That's the aspect I'm trying to understand.
So the aspect that you need to understand is that he has leverage. Like I said again, he has leverage. He's the chairman on security and national defense. He can use his leverage with regards to the budget to hold that budget. Unfortunately, the guys don't even know their function. As a result, we'll have a budget that will pass like 5G. So it comes to the legislature in no time, it passed. Because we created this imperial presidency. Whatever the president says, everybody follow.
I want to hold you there, Alfred. Sorry, let me hold you there and bring the lawmaker on. Wow, Honorable, your light is colorful. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Oh, okay. Is there a way you can get the light, something white or brighter that we can see you better?
I'm a person of interest, so I have to behave in this way. I have to be.
You have to put the light on the color of interest.
Yeah, I have to. Everything I do, I have to be security minded now.
All right. Okay. So I think we can see you now.
Yeah, I have to leave my room to come to the living room.
Yeah, but it's good to have you on, Honorable. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot for staying up, accepting our invite. We thought that it was very important for us to hear from you today, since this information came up, a communication from the Joint Security today on the floor of the House of Representatives requesting enlisting several lawmakers, including you, as persons of interest to this whole Capitol building situation. Good thing is that you accepted to come on. We appreciate you, and we're eager as well to get your own side of the story tonight on the late night show. I also want to welcome Fambole, one of our panelists tonight. So, Honorable, we want to give you 3 minutes or so to give us an idea as to when exactly did you get to know that you're a person of interest to this whole situation? Did it come as a surprise to you in the first place? What's your take on this whole thing about you being enlisted as a person of interest? Maybe you can further introduce yourself, then you can go into that.
So thank you so much, Nelson, and to your panelists. Thank you for having me this morning. This is my first time appearing on your show. I was initially, prior to join your show some times ago. Unfortunately, I could not. But always better later than never. So I am Jacob Debee the second, a representative of Bassam District, Grangeda County, and am a member of various committees at the House of Representatives. I serve as co-chair on education. I serve as member on national security, member on labor, peace and reconciliation, uh, uh, investment and concession, and I represent the House of Representatives on the board of the Commission on Higher Education, and also a
Okay.
member of the Policy Council of the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. So this my at least a year now. 1 year 8 days today. 1 year 9 days has a representative legally. I was sworn in last year January 15. So today marks me a year 9 days old has election return. You
Wow.
know, today, in fact, I was so shocked yesterday when my name was mentioned that I'm person of interest. Just imagine my name is number 7. So I don't know whether maybe somebody said you include Jacob name on the list or what. So actually, it was a surprise that my name, is part of the list of persons of interest. I don't know how they got to that. I don't know what included my name. I don't know what criteria they use to have me listed. So it shocked me, and it shocked many persons to the extent that, in fact, when the names were called, the the very guys in the house, Jacob too. So it's surprising. But again, this is Liberia. Anything is possible in this country.
Hmm. Now, your name is part of the 7 lawmakers
Mhm.
expected to appear before the Joint Security and answer some questions.
Mhm.
Now, um, we know that there were activities leading to the actual reason, the actual fire situation that you people are being invited for now. What has been your stance in everything that's been happening at the level of the legislature? We know that there has been a split. You had the minority versus the majority and all of that. What has been your position all along the line since the 17th of October when this entire saga started?
So I have been one of the few lawmakers who said we should not hijack the the country. We should not hijack the the power. We should try to ensure that we abide by the laws. While it is true that everyone has the right to associate and disassociate, I thought it was best for us to follow the rule of law because there are procedure in removing a speaker and there are procedure in constituting committees. And so our rules are very clear with the Constitution of Liberia. It says that a speaker can be removed for a cause. A speaker should be elected once every 6 years, and that speaker should preside. He is the presiding officer. So, should members of the House want to remove a speaker, there must be a cause, and that cause must be established. It must be tabled on the floor, discussed, sent to rules, order, and administration. That person be given time to exonerate himself. The accusers have the opportunity to present their petitions or their reasons for removing him, and all of those processes should be followed. So that have been my stand that we should follow the law because we are lawmakers. Mind you, we did not come to this position because we are handsome, we are beautiful, or we are smarter than everybody. But the citizens, our various constituents, said this is the person who is qualified based on our engagements, based on what we have said that we're going to be law abiding, we're going to ensure that we make laws. So once you are making laws, you must be able to abide by the laws that you make. You don't have to like the laws. The laws are things that protect everybody, and that's why we have a country. That's why we have a constitution, so that
So,
we
so
don't go against it. So yes, since October 17 up to present, I've been very vocal about it that we can remove the speaker by the means they are doing, and we can have a kangaroo system where somebody imposes himself or a group of people from somewhere from the executive and few person from the Senate impose somebody on the representative as their speaker. To me, it doesn't make sense, and I don't agree to that.
okay. Um, we're gonna go around the table. Let me give it up to the panelists to come in with some questions. Cindy, you want to go first, and then we're gonna take uh Francis next.
Honorable Debee, I want
Yes,
you.
sir.
Now, do I win?
Oh no, to say no, I win again.
I was not go.
All
Good.
right.
No, yeah. Already got all lost now. But anyway,
All right. So
Yeah.
a caveat here, Honorable Debee represent my district. So it's good to see you, my brother. Um,
Exactly. Yes, I do.
I am interested to know if you believe that your name is put on that list uh, because your team, and I mean your team, the team that support Speaker Kofa is being targeted by the government. Is that will you say that is something that you believe is happening? Are you guys being intentionally targeted?
Yes, I think we've been intentionally targeted. Let me tell you this thing. The very day this thing happened, when Honorable Foucault was invited to the police station, I was one person who went there. I accompanied him, and I was there until he was released. And we mentioned that to the police IG that the president has said without investigation, without seeing the site, he has concluded that the place was burned, was set on fire by hooligans. And as a subordinate to the president, you wouldn't want to make him feel bad. You will want to go by his declaration. So we hope that this thing will be impartial. You will give it your all. He assured us, but we knew that this is where it was going to go, especially when they started to ask for Fogo to appear based on his remark that they didn't even know when that remark was made that he will burn the capital. They edited the version that just said, "I will burn the Capitol building," and it was based on that the police invited Fogo for questioning. So we're able to provide the full video of how that part came about, and so it was based on that. For me, I see that I did nothing. And I have up to today, I mean, since yesterday, people have been calling and asking what the reason. I tell them I don't know. So I really don't know. And so I will, when it is time, when I'm asked to go to the police, I'm waiting to go and see and hear them what they have against me. But I don't
Thank
know
you.
why they have listed me.
My second question, Honorable
Yeah.
Debee. Now, this process has been ongoing for a long time. In fact,
Mhm.
delaying the work of the people. What do you say? I mean, what would you have considered to do different if, I mean, to have prevented this whole chaos individually as an individual lawmaker? You went over there, we sent you, we the people from Bazan District sent you there to represent us. Will you also agree that what had happened has delayed the work for us, the people of Bazan District? And if this should be done differently, what will you have done different?
Yes, it is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the works of not just Baton District, the works of Liberia have delayed. I must be frank with you. Since the impasse started, this government has not been checked. There has been no oversight from our end. There have not been any representation from our end for the past 3 months. We have not been able to have committee hearings. We have not been able to have session where we will invite, has a body, independent body, invite the executive to question them on their dealings. So the country has just been running just by the executive for the past three and a half months today. So actually we have failed to do our works as legislators. And so it's unfortunate that that happened. Individually, what I have done when the impasse started, I've been able to get around. I've been able to reach out to the other group, my colleagues, and tell them this is not the right way to go. Let's try to find the best way to go. I've been trying to get us going back on par as a unit that we used to be. But again, it's sad when power sinks into people's head, especially some of our colleagues who thought that this was a time to milk the country. This was a time to get undeserved committees. They felt that they could not listen anymore, and they were bent on doing what they wanted to do. So all of our efforts to have a one house, even up to today, is still not working. We have reached out and said, let's have time to refresh. Let's have time to reconcile. As we speak up to today, they are not willing to do it to the extent that the district development funds they have been doing it impartially. They have prevented some of us, our district, from benefiting, even though they have given the almost the 42 or 43 of them have received their district development projects money, but the rest of us have not received it. So it tells you that they are not willing to reconcile. They are not willing to put this behind them, and they are not willing for this country to move forward.
All right, so let's take Francis. Francis, you want to come in with your two questions?
I mean, my first would be a statement. My second would be a question. Cause I don't know. Are we going to have another round of the representative, or this is it?
Hopefully, let's see how it goes.
Okay. So my first statement would be Honorable Debbie. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
And we are tired of this whole saga. We hope it can be put behind us as soon as possible because our people are really suffering in our country, and we don't see any hope for them at this point. And with what's going on now, it make it even more dire for our people in our country. So hopefully, I mean, you can't tell by looking at somebody, but we hope that you guys were not involved or whatever the case may be, and you will turn your report and just give us and get this whole thing behind you so you can do the work of the people of your district. But my second one will be a question to you, and I'm glad I'm speaking to the right person because you introduced yourself and said you are a co-chair on education.
Yeah.
So my question is, why have you guys put education at the bottom of the totem pole in Liberia? I'm asking the question based on the budget that you guys passed before you became a representative, and even now that you're a representative. Why have you guys put education at the bottom, but you guys are always passing budget to buy cars for yourself and a lot benefits to yourself, but the people of the country are, because even there's a report that says Liberia is number one with the lowest IQ in the world. The top 10 country, Liberia is number one with the lowest IQ. So why have you guys put Liberia at the bottom when it comes to education? Why have you guys not prioritize education in Liberia?
Okay, but the first thing, do you believe that Liberia has the lowest IQ in the world?
No, I don't.
Okay, so it tells you that is a misguided if it is a research or whatsoever it is a misguided and misrepresentation of the country. We are not the lowest IQ. Liberians are very smart people, and I'll tell you that everywhere, anytime
I agree
So
with you because I'm
I
a
don't
Liberian.
believe that, and
But
Liberians will not believe it. You guys are so smart. See how smart you guys are running this show for the past year plus now. It tells you with the kind of persons that appear on the show, the
honorable, we're
quality
speaking on
of
behalf of the
uh,
country. But I'm asking on behalf of the people in our country that are benefiting from the educational system in our
yes. So
country.
I'm coming right there. I'm coming there. You in passing with your question, you say a lot of things. How we give ourselves a lot of benefits, and we buy cars for ourselves. So many persons don't understand it, and whenever I have the opportunity to appear on radio or in forums or stuff like that, I try to give them the understanding. So every day, according to the Constitution, every day according to our works, we should have $42 has transportation allowance to work every day. So, for example, I live okay, I live Sleton, Bason District. I come from Bason District, Sleton to Morovia every day, go back and forth because we don't have housing allowance. The country does not give us housing allowance. They don't give us medical allowance. They don't give us crash cars except vehicle. So what they did is that they said in 3 years' time, let's put instead of giving them $42 every day, which might not happen, let's sum up their transportation into a lump sum for 3 years. It's a little bit over for the 5,000, but the government gives us 45,000 for 3 years. That 45,000 is a daily transportation that comes up for the $2 time 7 days time 4 weeks time 12. I mean, 3 years. That sum to that amount. They give us that money. We buy vehicle. There's no repairs from government. The government give us gas sometime after every 3 months they give us one gas. So where does the gas come from? It comes from our pocket. Where does that come from? From our salary. So we only entitled to vehicle and gas. There's nothing for scratch car, nothing for travel, nothing for medical, nothing for housing, nothing. Unlike the executive, and that's what many persons don't know. The executive, those ministerial positions, they are entitled to rent, I mean housing, they are entitled to medical, they are entitled to scratch car and everything. We don't. But only just the legislators because you hear the 45,000, oh, you don't get big money. You get $45,000 car. It's for 3 years. And when something happened to our $45,000 car, nobody repairs it. Nobody replaces it. When, for example, unfortunately for us, we have accident within the 3 years, we are to bear the pinch. We have to buy ourselves a car to go to work. When something happens to the minister's car or the executive car, the government replaces that car. And so those are differences people don't know. Why education is the least? There are things that people would think that education is the least, but it's not. The 2024 budget, it was our first year. We were able to invite the Minister of Education. And in fact, we inherited the budget, we had to send it back so that a resident or it follows the agenda of the arrest, the new government. When we sent the budget back, we did a recast of it. We're able to make additional. We had about $50 million added to education, and it went up to almost the 5 million. I mean, $50 million, $500 million. It was it was a huge money. It was an amount that was not specific. The Minister of Education started making the allotment, apportioning the money for this and for that, to the extent that domestic scholarships were not covered. So as co-chairs, we were able to profit for the 2025 budget. Unfortunately, I was prevented from being part of the budget hearing. Unfortunately, the executive board police, for the first time, a budget that is our responsibility, were prevented from hearing it, were prevented from making an input. The executive board police the police humiliated us, told my shite because I was going to make some import. We have agreed, we met with the Minister of Education and said, this
Are you talking about
2025
doing the
budget,
budget hearing? Sorry to interrupt. Are you talking about doing the budget hearing before the passage of this 2025 budget?
exactly.
At what point were you humiliated and even your shirt was torn off?
The very first day they came in the building, you know, they have been working from our LG all along. The very first day they came at the Capitol to hear the budget, instead of them going to either the joint chambers or going into the chambers of the speaker, they decided to go to the deputy speaker's office. While they were there, I decided to go and hear, because that's my right. Constitutionally, that's my right to go and hear and be part of the budget hearing. It's an open process. They brought police, blocked the door, brought armed police. Over 100 of them were there to shoot and kill any of us who are going to make attempt to go. I didn't know that. Trying to enter the place, a police held me and pulled me back on my shirt and ripped off my buttons. That police is, as we speak, is assigned with the deputy speaker. That police ripped up my shirt. A colleague from Nima County, Koga, came and said that I ripped my own shirt off. We have had a plan that this budget year and every budget beginning this year, it was going to be a budget of programs. We wanted to make sure that we measured the achievables. We measured our success by what we put into the budget. We didn't want a budget that says $5 million for teacher, $10 million for school. No, we want to be specific. So we have outlined. I've had 2 communications on the floor to ensure that this 2025 we allot $5 million for teachers training. So we want to train at least 1,000 students, teachers this year, so that when they are trained, we'll remove the volunteers from the classroom and put these teachers that we have trained in the classroom. So we wanted to make sure that this year and going forward, we'll be able to measure our successes by what we put in the budget. Unfortunately, we don't have that opportunity. So this year budget, I have no idea what it is. I have not seen it. They have not shared copy with us. And so it's unfortunate that as co-chair on education and chair on the chair on education were not part of that budget hearing. They did it all by themselves. And I'm sure the Minister of Education will be able to give account of how and what was allotted.
I see. Francis, you have a follow-up just before we bring Alfred in.
Yes. It's kind of frustrating hearing.
I'm not getting you. You come in. I'm not getting you.
Are you guys hearing me? It's kind of frustrating. It's kind of frustrating. Can you hear me now, Honorable?
You coming in like you are coming in funny. I'm not getting you really.
Guys, panelists.
But you can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me, right?
I'm hearing you, but not understanding you. You have a funny feedback.
I don't know. Okay, but
I think he has to go out and come back in.
Okay, so once you can hear me, Francis, I'm sorry. Let's
now.
Alfred, we're gonna come back to you.
Well,
let's move to Alfred. We're gonna come back to you, Francis.
Honorable Debee, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Thank you so much. In your opening statement, you say you are co-chair on education. Is that correct?
Yes, I am. I don't know what I'm still co-chair. Let me say this. I don't know what I'm still co-chair because the whole bunch of group down there they have shared the position among themselves.
So, I was just about to ask you that, Nozi.
But be as a me, right? Be as a me. Let me ask my question, right? You from Bason District in Grand Gillette County, am I correct?
Yes, you are.
Can you kindly tell us specifically if you are imagining your district How many major high schools do you have in that district?
Come again?
How many major high schools do you have in your district?
Oh yes, I have two, in fact, 2.5 high schools in my district.
Given your population in that district, do you believe that 2 high schools is enough for that
No,
district?
the 2 high schools are not enough.
So
The
what
2
have
high
you
schools are not
done?
enough.
Because in your opinion, you see, I don't want to hold you on this because you still a freshman lawyer. You just been there 1 year, so there are still things that need to be learned. However, for the position you occupy, I just wanted to know exactly, what have you done in terms of impartation to the 2 high schools that you already know about? What have you done to impact those high schools to bring it to an appreciable level where the county and the district can be proud of?
So one thing we have been able to do is that to ensure that the volunteer teachers have their status are upgraded from volunteerism to full employment. The next thing we've been able to do is that we are able to take a teachers training teachers training program to the district where B certificates have been issued and associate degree. In fact, they are issuing associate degrees now, granting associate degree in letter. So we have been able to support that process where 6 of the teachers from the district are attending on our aid. So that's one thing we have been able to do. Another thing we have been able to do is to supply, ensure that we have a constant and regular monitoring of the high schools when it comes to the supplies of stationaries and instructional materials. So that's what we have been able to do. When I say we had 2.5 high schools, the high school, one of the high schools that were relegated because of lack of teachers, we are trying to move it back to senior high, the Poe Memorial Institute. We are trying to move it back to senior high. It has been one of the issues I've spoken with the minister more than 3 times, and she has been able to work with us to assign 2 additional teachers. So as we speak, the school has gone back to 11th grade. So hopefully next year we'll go to 12th grade. So those are little things that I've been able to do with the high schools. With the elementary and junior high, we've been able to provide a subsidy every now and then. And the volunteer teachers, we have 6 volunteer teachers in the district that we are supporting. We have a whole community. Bo, you don't know Bo, but Bo is part of my district and is actually cut off. They have 7 teachers who are volunteers, and each of those teachers, I'm giving them $5,000 just to keep them there, while the government has promised this year to put it on scholarship. To put it on the payroll.
So if I understood you correctly, these are initiatives that.
That's the last
I
question,
got one more
right?
question. I got one more question for the representative.
Yes.
Sorry, Alfred. He just said 5,000. I don't know whether he means US or Liberian dollar.
Liberian dollars. I'm quite sure it's Liberian
Yeah,
dollars.
Liberian dollars. Hey man, the Liberian dollar, brother man. My salary, the gross is $8,000, 8,800. After deduction is around $6,000.
So if I got you correctly, these are initiatives you have been doing personally. It's not
Exactly.
coming from the budget.
No, not yet. Except those that the government put on the payroll.
But do you think this is sustainable?
It's not. That's why I'm fighting to get the Ministry of Education to put it on the payroll. It's not, and that's why every time we engage, as I said, those are initiatives. While the government is preparing to have them on payroll, we have to sustain. We have to help them subsidize it to keep the students, the children in school. Remember now, it is their right. It is every citizen's right to education, and it is the government's responsibility to ensure that the citizens are educated. That is why we've been able to make sure that there are subsidies to private institutions so that the fees of their schools can be reduced. So personally, it's not sustainable and it's tiring. That's why we're making sure that the government gets involved.
Yeah, my second question, if you may, Justin.
No, Alfred, we might
I
come
know
back.
we don't have time, but I just want to quiz. I just want to quiz the representative here.
let's do this. Let's do this, Alfred. We need to get Famule to come in when we
But
are
what
done.
formula laughing? What formula laughing at Alfred?
I just want to ask the representative one more question. With you.
You can jot that down, Alfred.
Because after give me too many questions in subset, income, I don't know, subset or what kind of set.
Oh,
Yeah.
A,
So,
B, C,
Alfred,
D,
just jot down your question. We're gonna come back.
Alfred.
We're gonna take one question across the board, but we actually intended to have this first round of questions surrounding the whole capital building thing, the person of interest, and after
That's
which
exactly my second question. That's exactly
yeah,
my
okay.
second
So
question.
your third question.
the actual question, you kept the actual question for last. So,
Easy, Alfred.
so let's move to Fambule.
Thank you very much, Nelson. Alfred, my man. Oh,
Formula is
all right,
muted.
okay. You
No, Fambule is on. We can hear Fambule.
you hearing
But I'm
me?
not hearing him.
All right, honorable, you hearing me now? Jarawu, mute yourself. All right, you hearing me now?
We can all hear Fambule.
Yeah. No, we can all say you're in the back, you can hear formula, but I'm not hearing him.
Okay, is it possible for you to log off and come back? Just log off and come back. Probably there's something with your gadget because I think
I'm hearing all of you except formula.
You hearing me? You can hear me now, right?
Okay, so Fambule, go ahead with your question. I'm gonna relay it.
All right, quickly. So honorable, thank you very much. I mean, I've been listening to you and I follow you for a few times now, and I also saw some of the video when you were resisted entrance to one of the budget hearing. I saw you on one of those videos, and that was a sad thing for our country and for our democracy. But given
the honorable already is not hearing you. You want to go straight to your question so I can relay it.
Yeah, okay. I'm just giving that part out, and I know the person. I know him. I'm familiar with him because I saw him in the video.
You saw him on camera when he was being
yeah. So given the allegation linking you to this recent arson attack on the main chamber of the House of Representatives, can you provide any clarification or evidence that support your innocence in this matter? That's my first question.
Did you get the question, Honorable?
No.
Okay, so his question is, considering that you've now been linked to this whole fire and the Capitol building situation, can you in any way
provide any evidence?
Can you in any way prove your innocence in this party? Is there any reason why anybody listening to us now should believe that you're innocent?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because our Edison gone already. So we I am innocent, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I will avail myself when called upon. I will avail myself to ensure that I exonerate myself from what they are linking me to. I don't know. They need to tell me why they are calling me. So those who know the character, those who know the person Jacob, will tell you that I have never been part of any violence. I've not been part of anything that destroys a life, that destroys a property. I've never been part of it, and so that's why I am innocent, and I have never violated people's rights. So that's why I'm happy that I will be allowed to go and see what it is, what I know, what I don't know, I don't know. So the police or whosoever that have listed me will tell me why they have listed me, and they have to prove why they have listed me, because the burden of proof is upon them to say. So if I'm accused, as it is, I'm not accused yet. I am only a person of interest, and by that definition, I might be a suspect based on how I proceed, how I answer the questions. But as far as I'm concerned, I am just a person of interest. They want to know whether I have a stake or I have an activity to the process. So I am innocent and I know nothing about what happened. So I will go to hear why they call me.
So my second question.
Second question, yeah.
So what measure do you believe should be taken to ensure of a thorough and impartial investigation into this arson attack? Because this attack is not just an ordinary attack; it's an attack on the people's house, the House of Legislature. That for the past 14 years or so, unrest it never got burned, but just because of disagreement among few people.
Leave the pieces of the question. You don't have to relay this thing. Yeah, forget the pieces. Go to the question, family.
So
Nelson,
somebody is playing the radio at the back. I'm hearing them now. So I'm hearing formula through that radio.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So how are you going to support this process to ensure that there is an impartial investigation, so that whosoever that is involved with this attack on the people's house be brought to justice? How are you going to support the process?
So the first thing is that they have read our names in plenary. When I'm invited officially by the police, I will avail myself. And I think that's the best way I know I can cooperate with the investigation, to say what I know and say what I don't know. How they're going to establish it, I don't know. But what I can do as a person is to avail myself. And I will encourage my colleagues that we avail ourselves to the investigation and ensure that the police remain neutral and remain impartial about how they collect our information and translate the information. So we are trusting that the police will be unbiased about it. They will respect our rights. And then we will be going there with our lawyers. We're not going just as individual. We'll be guarded by our lawyers, and our lawyers will provide the means and the ways for us.
Okay, Honorable. We're going to take just one question across the table because we don't want to hold you long. But before going to that, I want to just play a portion of this one. Let me do this. Okay. So we have this now.
Those concerned are 1. Honorable J. Bonati Kofa. 2. Honorable Sa Foko. 3. Honorable Abu D. Kamara. 4. Honorable Jackson W. Sibo. 5. Honorable Priscilla A. Cooper. 6. Honorable J. Marvin Cole. 7. Honorable Jacob C. Debee. The LMP is committed to conducting this investigation.
And that's where I want to hold it. Your name at the bottom of the listing there. First of all, do you trust our joint security to carry on an impartial investigation in this particular saga?
Oh, before I come to that, did you see the reception from the floor where my name was called?
Yeah, I saw a lot of your colleagues, some of those from the minority bloc, they were laughing when the names were being called.
Even for the majority, they were shocked. So, I don't trust it.
Were you in session?
No, I left. I left. I was there earlier.
You're one of those who have been joining the session, right?
Yes, I went to answer my name. I have to be present, but I said, Richard is impersonating. He's not a speaker because our rules and the Constitution have not recognized him.
Okay, so let's go through this situation. What do you trust?
Yes, so again, as I said, I don't trust the police, but I will avail myself and hope that they become impartial, that they conduct themselves professionally. I will avail myself and give my statement and say what I know. I don't trust them because since October 17, they have come in contact with me more than 7 times, more than 8 times. If you can remember, I know Spoon was somewhere around. I was driving in at one point. They prevented my car. I had a red pickup, a red Chevrolet pickup. They
Okay.
prevented me from entering. Why they have allowed all the guys from our LJ, every time they went to the place, nobody searched the car, they allowed them to enter. When I got there, they blocked me from entering. For almost 10 minutes, we had that tussle. So the police have done that more than 4 or 5 times to me, to the extent that they one of them bodily touched me. That complaint has been filed officially to the Independent National Human Rights Commission. They have said nothing about it. I don't trust the police because they are the one that have been providing security all along the building, all around the building since October 17. So for them to be providing security to the building and the body got burned, and none of their personnel is called for investigation, but some of us who are not around or who were not around to be called for as person of interest. I don't trust them, but because I believe in the rule of law, I will avail myself. I will ensure that I cooperate, but I don't trust them.
Thank you. Sandy, you want to come in? One question quickly.
No, see, I beg to ask too, since the representatives from my district, the other guys, when their own come, they will also have the opportunity. Let's move on.
Don't bring out Papa Ghana here. We ain't here for that.
Look, just very too quick. I'm begging you guys. Representative Debee.
Yes, sir.
And by the way, the man name is Debee, not Debbie. Please pronounce the man name right. Representative Debee, look, it's you answer a part of the question I'm going to ask you. You do not recognize at this point, I should say Representative Kum. I don't want to say Kum. I agree with you. I don't think he's a legitimate speaker. But it is obvious, my brother, that the executive branch of government is working with him. It is obvious that the judiciary has sided with him. It is obvious that the Senate is working with him. Would you, for the sake of the people of Bazan district, to function as their representative, would you, and at what time would you be recognize or eventually be willing to work under the gavel of Representative Kum?
Hello?
Did you hear my question?
Oh, yes. So as I said, I don't recognize Richard Kuhn as speaker. The fact that the executive recognizes him doesn't make him a legitimate person. The Supreme Court doesn't recognize him. The Senate initially did not recognize him. It's few persons that want to work with him because some of them have been the one agitating, they have been the one fueling this impasse. And those who have been fueling the impasse are the quote unquote rich people within the Senate. So they try to influence the rest of the colleagues, and with the executive being part of the coup d'etat, obviously this country is a country that the executive is so powerful, almighty. They do what they want to do. I'm not going to recognize Richie as as a speaker, but I will, as I said, I will go to session, and I will not call him speaker. I will sit in session, and I will address him as presiding, and I will sit there to do the Liberian work.
Okay.
I don't support any rebellious act.
To me, that's the most important part. So you answer that you will go to section and do the people of Bazan district work and the people of Liberia work. Okay. Now, my bonus question, and this is offline. Look, you defended the $45,000 car saying to us that according to the law, I don't know if it's the Constitution or is a law that you guys pass, or the House of Representatives pass, or the legislators pass, to give you guys daily, every working day, $42. Is that what? That's what it is. Every
Yes.
42 United States dollars.
Yes.
To compensate you for working. Now, I did a math. 365 days in a year, that's 1,095 days. If you divide the 45,000, that's about $41 that you are receiving every given day.
Okay, yes, should be $41. Yes.
$41 every given day.
Yes.
My
Yes.
question to you, and it have two parts. Do you guys work 7 days a week?
Oh yes.
Okay, I'm coming, my brother. Wait. Do you guys work 7 days a week? And considering the situation in our district, in Dwoyi Town, in Zele Town, in Tian Town, in Bo and Plo, are you willing, Representative Debee, to revisit that law? Put something on the floor. Engage your colleagues and say, look, my people are suffering. I'm paying people $5,000 out of my own pocket to teach my people in the district. Can we reduce this 45,000? I understand the argument. Maybe give us 30,000. 30,000 can buy a decent car. I drive less than $30,000 car and it's still decent. Is that something that you are willing, given the conditions in our district, to reduce that $45,000, my brother?
So, Jala, where you live, you have paved roads. Where I come from, a $30,000 car will not take me two years. So it means that after the car is broken, I will be left with nothing. I will have to ride motorbikes to come to work. The idea of the car or the 45,000 car, that's not the argument.
You're taking the car.
The resources. What we should be thinking about is how can we ensure that the budget that we pass touches the lives of our people. The money doesn't go into the pockets of few persons. That should be our argument, and that should be our concern. And that is why we said, and that's why I said we have planned that this 2025 budget, it was going to be a budget that is program based, meaning that we're going to be able to measure our successes by how we make the trenches, how we make the payments. So every 3 months, the Ministry of Education will make a report, will submit that report to our committee, and we'll be able to measure based on what we have allotted, on what they report to us. Because even if we say we'll drive $1,000 car, and we'll give the money to the Ministry of Education or the Ministry of Health, and we don't monitor that money, we don't have oversight, it will still be useless. So what makes it important is our oversight responsibilities, and that we have said we have had a program, a schedule of how we monitor and how we ensure that what we allot is useful and is impactful. So that's the concern. So that's what we're talking about, and we'll ensure that happens going forward.
Thank you, Honorable. So one question, Francis. One question, Alfred. One question, Fembele. We'll take a few calls and then we get the Honorable to do his parting comment.
So Honorable, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, so you talk about the reason why you guys get the cars, and you also mentioned that the executive branch gets a whole lot of benefits: cars, health benefits, gasoline, housing allowance, and all those things.
Yeah.
And we always talk. For me, I'll speak myself. I always talk about it about you
The
guys
legislature. Yeah.
because one, it's easier to count the number of people there in Capitol Hill, 103 of you. So it's easy math, but also you guys are responsible for oversight. So my question here is, looking at the country, a country that has over 96% unemployment rate, the average Liberian lives on probably $600 a year. But you guys come home with $6,000 after your taxes have been taken out and gotten cost. Will you stand to hold a budget or put a bill on the floor that will eliminate all these extra benefits for the three branches of government? Because in the US, I'm driving a car right now that has over 170,000 miles. Why I don't worry about it? Because the roads are good. So why can't you guys focus on fixing the roads? Because when the roads are good, your car, there are people in Liberia that are driving cars right now over 10, 15 years that running transportation. If you guys focus on fixing the road, you won't need cars because your own salary can buy you a car that will last you for 5, 6, 7 years. Why can't you guys focus on infrastructure, road infrastructure, and pass a bill that will eliminate benefits, housing allowance to the executive, cars for you guys? Because in Liberia, people are suffering by riding BP cars and living in comfort and luxury. Will you support a bill that will eliminate all the benefits to you guys and put the money back into the economy?
All right. So your statistics or your research always amaze me. You just come up with 96%
Your labor
unemployment.
minister
So
said that
why
on
why
school
are
a few
relying?
months ago. I'm sorry.
Why are relying?
I'm quoting your labor minister. He
Okay.
was on school a few months, I think a month or two ago, and he said about 96% of the population is unemployment rate is about 96%. So I'm quoting labor
So
ministry.
I didn't listen to him, and I can, for me, I don't believe that our unemployment rate is around 96%. I have to do the research myself. As a scholar, you need to always have facts, and your reliance should be maybe UNDP or legates, something like that, or the labor survey, so time,
I'm quoting the
and
labor minister,
maybe
so I will
2024,
assume that he
2025,
will come with the real number.
2023. But as it is, we just keep it for the sake of our conversation tonight. We'll keep it as it is. But just know that I don't believe that that's the percentage we have. To the point of the rules, this government says one of its agenda item is rule. And so last year, the president had a slogan, "No car will get stuck in the mud," even though that was the dry season. But when the rainy season came, the cars got stuck in the mud. The public works minister, because the government says no car will get stuck in the mud, for the president's 90 days deliverable, at that time the budget was being sent back. The 1/12 of it were able to ensure, because we gave priority to the road construction, we gave the Minister of Public Works $22 million so that the roads can be pliable, all condition, all seasons. Unfortunately, that did not happen last year. And at one of the committee hearings, I was part of the committee on public works, and I quizzed the minister why the roads were still being deployable, even though we gave him $22 million to be able to condition the road. His excuse was the money came almost during the rainy season. But he assured that this year, next year, will not have that situation. This budget, am I there? This budget, he will make sure that this dry season, they will ensure that the roads are good, they are pliable. I've been to Grand Gide for 2-3 different times this year. I will be going hopefully this weekend again. The roads are good, except between Secretary and Ganta. That in fact, I spoke with the minister on Wednesday and told him again, reminded him about between Ganta and Secretary. The contractors have abandoned that road for almost 6 years now. So yes, he assured us that they are in negotiation with the contractors. The government need to pay them at least $3 million so that they can be able to go back on that road. So that's the challenge we have now between Ganta and Secretary. But the rest of the roads, you can even use a smaller car to go let down now, break it down. But we are talking about the rainy season. So we are making sure that the roads will be pliable, the roads will be good. From now up to 2029, I'm sure there will be alpha pavement from Monrovia to Tow Town, and from Tow Town to B.I. Johnson, from B.I. Johnson to Zwedru. So we are sure that before now to 2029, there will be some alpha pavements moving along that corridor. So we are making road construction one of our priorities. And when that happens, I'm sure there will be time that we'll be able to cut down on some of these extra spends. With the executive benefits, some of those we don't have control. What we do is that we make the lump sum allotment to the ministry. They have a way to, as ministries, they make their own inward budget, and the money that are being allotted to, for example, Ministry of Finance, they say the deputy minister get this, the minister get this.
They decide how much maybe the minister, the deputy minister, and all of those people will make. So you think that falls within the purview of the president, for example, to decide how much people in the executive make and all of that? But
the salary is actually set by the labor standard or the Ministry of Finance. The executive comes with their salary or margin, the ceilings, the flow. So the labor law says that at least each person should be paid this amount per hour, per day. Okay. So that we don't have, except there is an amendment to the laws that goes beyond that. But actually, the salaries are set from the executive.
Thank you. I want us to wrap up quickly now because time is now much on our side. Alfred, you want to, if you have a question, you can come in with one question. If not, then we'll take a formula.
Yeah.
And then we'll a few calls from the lines quickly.
Yeah, let me ask one question to the lawmaker, and this one has to do with politics and specific. Let me put it this way. You said that you will not sit honor Representative Kuhn. My question to you is, what is
No, I didn't say I will not sit honor him. I said I'm not going to recognize as a speaker.
You're not going to let me say that again. You're not going to recognize him as speaker. Given the fact that the Supreme Court have ruled in this matter and consider the action of the quote-unquote majority black as ultra vires. What are you guys doing? Are you guys going back to the court to ask for bill of information?
No, the bill of information has already been there, Alfred. We passed
the bill of information have been filed almost 2 months ago.
It's been there.
In your own mind, as a lawmaker, why do you think the Supreme Court is wasting time to come out with its own bill of information as it relates to its own ruling?
I comprehend, but again, this is politics. This is Liberia. The bill of information is the Supreme Court's prerogative to issue. We as lawmakers, it's our right to ask for the bill of information, which we have done. The justice in chambers, the Chief Justice has the right to put on the table, make it part of the agenda for for the full bench to hear, which the Chief Justice has not done. So what we have done as lawmakers, we gone to the circuit court to file in a declaratory judgment. And today at 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock today, Richard Kuhn and his Honorable Kuhn and his colleagues will appear before the court to answer why they are proceeding illegally.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Famole, you want to quickly, if you have a question, then we'll go to the
quickly, Honorable DB or Debbie
Yeah.
or
No, DB.
DB.
Yeah.
There
You
are
have-
for me. Don't give me that look.
It's DB.
DB, I just want to ask you a quick question. Are you still suspended?
I'm not suspended. I was not suspended.
He wasn't.
I'm not those suspended.
Okay, and so I also want to know whether you're going to join this fight, because we listened to Senator Dillon said there's a bill that he put for about lawmaker having a cut in a salary to at least 5,000. Are you going to agree to this bill, or are you going to help in supporting this idea that all lawmakers should take home a net of 5,000?
I don't know from whence Darius was speaking. Senator Darius was speaking. I don't know whether he still feels that way today. What it is that we need to improve the livelihood of our citizens. To improve the livelihood of our citizens means that when we allot 50,000, for example, to the Ministry of Education, none of us should go after it and ask for cut. We should ensure.
I'm just sorry, sorry, Honorable. I just want to know you as a person. Will you agree if such bill is to come up to the House floor? Will you support such bill to get a cut?
What I'm saying, supporting the bill isn't anything. You can cut your salary as low as $2,000, but the reason for which you are cutting it when it's not achieved, then it's useless. So the first thing to do is to ensure that the budget, the allotments that are made, are actually disbursed in full to those institutions. And when they are disbursed, you ensure that you have proper oversight so that they make their impact. When you start to have proper oversight and the allotments, the budgetary allotments are being used appropriately, sufficiently, efficiently, then when you think about cutting your salary, you are doing it for a cause that benefits holistically the entire country. You don't want to do it because I don't like politics, because politics is just about saying things that are not real. I am a practical person. I like to make sure that what I say becomes reality. So you have to look at what is workable, than just making policy statements and making statements to appease yourself. So I'm actually concerned about making sure that the school in Tiantan, for example, has teachers, has benches, has chalk. The school in Solo Town has the same qualification. I mean, the same humanities has those in Monrovia. That's I'm concerned about. When we start to do those things, then when we start to cut our salaries, we know that they are moving towards that point. So I'm concerned about ensuring that the best things are done. Liberians benefit from the national policy.
Okay, Honorable, thanks a lot.
Okay,
yeah,
no problem. But I was just thinking,
no,
I mean, the honorable gave me a whole essay, and I was just wanting to hear whether you are going to agree to this salary cap, whether you are going to agree. I just wanted to hear what it was. But anyway, no problem. We already know. Continue.
We've got to go to the phone lines and hear from our people. Let's take just 5 calls. 0555-101075 is the number to call. You have the WhatsApp number there on the screen for our folks in the diaspora. You can call via WhatsApp as well. Let's take our first caller here. Hello, your name and where you joining us from?
Yeah, Moses Togba calling from Johnsonville.
Go ahead quickly, Tokwa.
Yes, I thank for the honorable understood why he said everything in favor of the Latino people. You know, I back the minority group 100%. I support Unity Party. But you see, the investigation we see a passion. The majority group who made some remarks, and with the police, let me come to the police. The security are all over that building. Where the people back with the gap 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 10 o'clock to come in that building without knowing the security, and they had CCTV camera. So the question
no
to
CCTV camera there, my man.
is not there again.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank
Also,
you.
therefore,
Hello. Your name and where you calling from? Let's hear you.
Good morning. This is Educator Prince Dan Peters, and I do joining from Colorado District number 17, Monserrado County, the head of volunteers teacher in Monserrado.
Go ahead quickly.
Let me say firstly, good morning to my senior brother, a man who is actually making serious impactation in the life of Liberia from his own end, that Mr. Francis Chabate, who is now one of the panelists on the show. Nelson, let me say to you that our people in Liberia, especially our lawmaker, with a regretted sign for that individual on the radio to say that he's paying somebody 5,000 on a monthly basis. Even we as volunteer teacher in Monserrado, it is what we receive in our times like 2 months before receiving it. If we don't beg, our family don't survive. What is the essence of going to school? But I love what is going on at the Capitol building, where they are beating each other and bringing out the secret. Let God bless you. And to public.
Okay, your line is bad. Let's take this person from WhatsApp. Hello.
Hello, Nelson. My name is William. I call you from Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah, go ahead, William. Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, Nelson. My problem here with the representative is that these people, they are the problem for this particular country.
Why do you think so?
They man, yeah, why I think so is you guys are asking me several questions. He can't answer it straight. One is that salary reduction. He will never answer that question. And secondly, the car ornament. And let me be real with you. If this man really mean good thing for this country,
no, please address our lawmakers as lawmakers. Now, we're not in the Atai shop, chief. Yeah, address.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry, lawmaker.
Just say honorable for sure, man. Please.
Representative Jacob, right? Is that your name?
Yeah.
Yes. Representative Jacob, let me be real with you. You guys are the one who really causing you into the problem. Now, you going on a radical gavel, now you're telling me that you're not going to recognize him as a speaker. That's, you see the way they bringing the same situation back. So my appealing to you today is, if you really like your district, or you like your people, or you like the Liberian people, just consider that to be done with, and then let's move on different paths.
Thank you.
Make the Liberian people enjoy their immunity.
Thanks a lot. Let's hold you there and take another person here from the WhatsApp line. Hello, your name and where you call from? Okay, we lost that person. Let's take another one here. Hello, please go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sifas Cremon. I call you from Peace Island, New Hope.
Go ahead quickly. 30 seconds.
Sorry. You see, if you will have honorable, when you are honorable, before you talk, you must think. This thing, the old man make a remark from the district. He said, he make a statement. The people certify my people, I will burn down this building. If even you not the one, or whatsoever happen.
Which of the lawmakers are you talking about now?
I talk about this now. I'm talking about the burning down of that building.
Yeah, but this lawmaker is not on the show, sir.
No, because the whole thing here have been the talk of the time about the burning down of the place. So who you think we should hold responsible? If I make a statement today, I will kill this person, right? The burning down of the place, he make a statement here. I will burn down this building, this place, if they don't satisfy my people.
Okay.
Who would you go and look for in making that statement? It can be 500 years, 10,000 years. You should be responsible.
Thanks a lot. Let's hold you there and take another person. Hello, you're live. Go ahead for the WhatsApp.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning, guys.
Yeah.
This is Henry Wild calling from the Oro.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I just want to add a disclaimer and then to ask, the honorable, in their one question, one or two questions. Number one, the disclaimer is that the Supreme Court ruling they didn't consider the majority action ultra viral, but in the communication there, the Supreme Court said the chief clerk the secretary of the court should communicate with the parties, both sides. Their action, their sitting and action are ultra viral. They didn't say one party or majority or minority. The member of the legislature, they didn't say majority black. And they said the clerk should communicate with the parties, the two of them. Their action and sitting should not be ultra violence. They didn't say majority black. And then my question to the lawmaker in there is that how will you, the constitutional bill, consider the speaker as a presiding officer of the House of Representatives, and you say you sit on him and you're not considering him as speaker or presiding officer, then how will you be recognized to propagate the ideas and the reason of going in there to represent the people? How will you call him? How will you call him before being recognized?
Thanks a lot. So I will take the final caller here, and then we'll go to the lawmaker to respond.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Please go ahead quickly.
Yeah, nothing. Thank you very much. I'll play the listening role, but I'm constrained the call. My name is Amos Debee. I'm calling from the borough of Niku Town, where my representative have been one of those affected. But I want to encourage all those affected to stand strong, to continue the fight. Let them boycott the SONA. Article 42 is their reliance until the court can prove them felony. It is enshrined in the Constitution, Article 42. So I want to encourage all those on the side of the rule of law, headed by Musa Belete, that they stand strong. We are beyond them. We are following the issue. Congratulations to all of them. And it's down to all those.
All right. So, Honorable, we'll come back to you to do your to respond and do your closing just at once. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity tonight. This morning to be on your show. We have a country that is gullible, and people sometimes you expect to know will be the one saying the wrong things. I want to thank the callers for their input, for their participation. The issue with Honorable Foko's statement was not a definite statement. Honorable Foko had a frustration in the House of Representatives when the managing director of the LPRC appeared before us on allegation of him awarding single-handedly a contract for over $30 million, which was unconstitutional. Every contract that exceeds $5 million had to be ratified by the House of Representatives. So when that was heard, the managing director was invited. The few colleagues who call themselves majority now disrupted session to the extent that we could not get anything out of the managing director. Foko in session was furious about it and said, this House of Representatives is the problem of the Liberian people. In fact, he went on to call us nincompoops. He even accused the speaker of being regime collaborator in session. He was furious that we were not protecting the interests of the Liberian people. And because we were elected to do the Liberian people job, we are not doing the works. A man will single-handedly award a $50 million contract to an individual without the legislator's input. It was wrong for us to have done and for us to allow it to slip. He was so furious. He stormed out of the session. He said, when this continued like this, will ensure that the place is burned because you don't deserve to be here. It was in session, and all of us knew.
Honorable,
yeah.
do you you support that statement? If you were the one, would you have made such a comment? Do you think it was prudent enough for your colleague to have
Oh,
made
the
such a
Constitution gives us the right to say anything in session because we are defending, we are representing our citizens, our constituents. So the Constitution gives us that immunity that anything we say in session, you can't hold us responsible for that. You can't prosecute us. So
do you
hello,
remember when he said
no,
it
but
out of he came out
he
and
said it out of frustration. I just laid the premise why it came about.
okay.
And when he stormed out of session, he was walking, going in his office when the journalists followed him. And he said, yes. They asked him whether he stands by what he said. He said, yes. And the Liberian people are not benefiting from this government, the way the legislators are proceeding. So it was based on that. And anything that is said in session, you are immune to that. You can hit your friend, you can insult your friend. Nobody can prosecute you for that. So I just wanted to make that clarity on it. Why people said that. The next thing is that the guy spoke about the Supreme Court, and I know he doesn't understand what he said. The entire country know that the Supreme Court ruled and said Article 49 and Article 33 were reliance. 33 talks about the quorum. They said the minority can convene day in, day out, every day. Without a quorum, the minority can adjourn, but the minority can compare the rest of the colleagues to the absent members to come to session. How can the minority compare the absent member? Is vague, is ambiguous, is not specific. So the Supreme Court said, with that part, they can do what the legislators should do, can do. So we should be the one to say when the absent members are not in session, the sergeant at arms can arrest them and bring them. But that is not part of our constitution. That is not part of our rule. So the Supreme Court said they can do what we should do for ourselves. The Supreme Court said 49, it talks about who is a presiding officer. Once every 6 years, a speaker will be elected to preside. The Constitution has nothing. Our rule has nothing to say majority can meet so and so place. It doesn't say that. It only says a quorum can constitute the day's work, and the quorum is 39 persons, 37 persons, 39 persons. So that's what it says. So there's nothing in our constitution that says majority black can meet so and so and call the speaker, call the deputy speaker and preside. So the Supreme Court was clear and said what those persons did, they took powers onto themselves that doesn't belong to them. So that's autovirus. They should go back and do the right things. That's what it says. So those of them that don't understand what it says, we just try to say it. But BA has erased. We have passed that stage. The executive are then doing business with them. They have gone to illegally suspend our colleagues for the sake of unity, for the sake of peace, for the sake of our people. We have proffered that we need to work together. We need to ensure that everybody goes back to work.
Will you be attending the SONA?
I will not attend the SONA because I just said I don't recognize Kun as speaker, and because I don't recognize Kun as speaker, Kun will be the presiding, and when Kun is presiding there, it means that we're legitimizing it. We have a case in court, and we want to make sure that the court case is exhausted.
You attend session when he's presiding, but you're not going to the SONA because he's presiding.
Yes, I'm not going to the SONA because at the SONA, the executive is there, and they recognize this man. They imposing this man on us. I will go to session. I will answer my name. I will take part in the activities. I'm not going to call his speaker. I'm not going to call him. I'm not going to recognize his leadership.
I really want you to draw that thin line. Convince us how is this even different? You go to session, he's presiding, and you go there, you said you answer your name. But when it comes to the SONA, you said you're not going there because he's going to be presiding. Meanwhile, this is the same person who presides over the regular session that you go to and answer your name. How is that different?
So the SONA issue is a legislative function, but the executive is coming to make his report. And since the executive has not been able to abide by the law, I'm not going to support that. So I am in protest. Hello, in protest of what they have done to our constitution. I am staying away from that. I will go to session.
Why haven't you stay away in protest from the session? In protest, why haven't you been staying away from the session? But in protest, you are staying away from the SONA.
The SONA is an event. It's an event. I don't have to be there to hear what a person will say.
But you're the
I need to be in session. Are you getting me? I don't have to be in the Capitol building to hear what a person will say. If I want to listen to a person, I can listen to radio. So his report, his annual report will be sent to us. So I don't have to be under his voice. I have to be in session to be able to do the Liberian people's work. So it's my responsibility to be there to do that work.
Thank you.
And I will go to session to answer my name. I will go to session and do what I'm supposed to do.
Just before you go, are you part of the lawmakers whose salaries have been withheld throughout this particular saga?
No. I was not suspended. So
okay, it means that salaries are still been coming from the executive. Nothing changed, and even in the midst of the saga.
It's not coming from the executive. It's coming from it's our budget.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You mean from the budget passed by the quote unquote illegal or let's say majority black?
I don't know which one, but I know that when the 2024 budget been coming with our salary, so I don't know where the money going to come from for my pay.
Okay. No. The question I'm asking is the budget that is majority black, which you do not support and you do not recognize the speaker, the budget that they passed, which is being implemented from January. Your salary, I don't know if it has come for January, but will you receive your salary coming from the budget passed under the illegal minority black?
So the salary is recurrent. Whether I pass it or who pass it, the salary is recurrent. If there is any other addition, they say, okay, they have, since they were not in the budget hearing, they have added extra $10. Is that extra $10? If I have to receive that extra $10, means that I'm legitimizing what they did. But the budget, my salary is recurrent. Is a constant thing that comes every month and every year. So it's nothing new that they are doing. So it's nothing new that they're not giving me extra benefits. So the extra benefits would be a contentious part, but my salary is something that comes whether I am there or not.
Well, Honorable Jacob Debee, we appreciate you for coming on tonight. It's been a great interaction with you. We look forward to having you here anytime. Once you have the time, you're always welcome on the late night show. We appreciate you for being here with us tonight, sir.
Nelson, can I ask a very quick question, a bonus question before the honorable can go?
The lawmaker wants to sleep.
I know, but let me just push something in real quick.
No, but if you're pushing something in,
no, I don't want to squeeze it in. Just push it in.
Going to guys, we off. Let's.
I wanted my brother to actually sell some of the good things he's been doing in the district.
Yeah, I want to squeeze something in, but nothing.
So we're gonna have the lawmaker on another time. Honorable, we want to appreciate you. Thanks for coming on tonight. So it's been a great one having you here. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you so much, and I want to tell Sandy and the rest of you, Francis, Famule, and Jabate.
Yeah,
Nelson, all of you, I want to tell you thank you for the opportunity. Afre, Francis, Famule, Sandy, and Nelson, I want to tell you thank you for having me, and it's always a pleasure. I'm available. In fact, for the matter of fact, I'm doing law now. I have a 8 o'clock class this morning. So I'm always up by 2 a.m. and until the rest of the day. So I'm available once it's around 1 o'clock. Once I'm aware of what you want me to do, when you want me to appear, I will avail myself. Thank you. And to all those who are listening to us, want to tell you thank you. We will abide by the laws. We make sure that we avail ourselves for the police hearing. And I know with God above, we will come out innocent because we are innocent. Thank you for the opportunity to be heard. And to my brother Sandy, who is one of my constituent members, in the next time when I come, maybe it will just be about Bassam District. It will not be about fire incident. And then we'll have the opportunity to talk about what we are doing, what we've been able to do up to today. Thank you so much and have a very good day.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you coming on.
Uh,
Yeah, so family, I know you wanted to start a whole new show, but guys, we have to go. It's 3:30 a.m. here now. My eyes are getting heavy gradually. So we can just do our closing. Maybe we'll start with you, family, since you wanted to go. Then Alfred will be next.
Yeah, but I was going to go for the representative direct. But anyways, thank you very much. What a good show. And it's always a pleasure to come out here to speak Liberia. I think this is a national call for all of us who are patriot. We always come here to say our people deserve better, our country deserve better. And people who are given the mantle of authority to go up there to represent the people, they should do it as if the people are their employer. So they are the people employee. So let them not be thinking of it in the reverse. But a lot of things going on in our country that is not right. But it takes people with bold courage and people that have the will to accept that, especially when we talk about the salary cap, the lawmaker keep going in cycles, and we know that he was not going to come out straight. And I was wanting to know whether these lawmakers are actually getting the basic orientation of being a lawmaker. I wanted to know whether some of them coming in with their own personal resources, because somebody came to a representative position and they gave him a new car, and he has not reported whether the car has a problem. And after 3 years, they are thinking of getting another 45,000. So what happened to the previous car that you got right at the beginning of the year? And I don't know. Nursing, thank you very much for my Liberian people that ate there. So
Alfred, you want to go ahead quickly? You're closing. 1 minute.
Nelson, as you listen to the representative, our country is hugely in a mess. The country has become so gullible to the extent that those that stand up for truth are same they are decapitated, they are humiliated, and to some extent they don't even want to have space for them. That is the country that you have. Until we have visionary leaders in our country, the country is not going anywhere. Look at what we were just talking about, Senator Sarah in the House. This man has a very serious committee in the Senate, because it has not happened to him before. He never talk about it. We just passed a budget. Look at the armed forces of Liberia budget. Look at the police. It will interest you to know, Nelson, that in that budget, in the 2025 budget, we're talking about building institutions. The armed forces of Liberia does not even have money over there for infrastructure development. I'm just talking about where they will house soldiers. No money there for that. Least to talk about recruitment, no money. The only money that over there that for to pay people, the current people are there. You pay them for the year, they finish, no money there. Then you have a standing committee chairman coming here and crying whole day. When he has the leverage to hold a budget to say, look, we have to do this, we have to do this, we have to do this as a country. All of them, they just bow their head to the executive. Anything the president say, that's what they won't do. That's
Alfred,
why
1 minute. Thanks a lot.
That's why they supporting renegades.
Thanks a lot.
President alone, man.
Princess, you want to go ahead quickly? 1 minute, please.
Yeah, I'll use this part of 1 minute to shout out my son again, Nelson. If you can show me.
Oh yeah, Baby J is celebrating today.
Baby J It was yesterday when I was in the hospital with this man. He turned 1 year old today. Happy birthday, baby Jay. Your mother and I wish you many more years to come. Look at that smile. And when
The
I
man
see
eating
that,
the cake already.
yeah, no, the man took out when you freeze it, he will send it to you like Nelson. The man will
I
say,
love
oh,
eating the
Uncle
African,
Nelson,
the
gotta
African
take the
food
cake.
first.
But anyway, my people, as you see when we come here, we somehow frustrated. I look at my son who is blessed to be in a country that he's gonna get everything that he has desire. And I want the same thing for my people in Liberia. Our people cannot continue to suffer this way. As you see, our lawmakers and all of our government officials, they do not care about you guys. So we always say, put partisanship aside. If you are a citizen last 6 years, ask yourself how better was your life. And even if you're United Partisan in the 12 years under Ellen, did your life get better? Don't just be singing battle cry. Because these people, they should be farming you guys like cattle for our sour, while their children are getting better education outside the country to come and rule your children in the future. So your children will be breeding our sour, that children will be breeding future leaders. So you need to stop this thing. Sedition, think about it. Pressure this government right now to do better for the country. If United Party happen to leave and CDC come back or ANC, band together as one people, because the people that are in authority, they will continue to born their children, send them outside the country, they get educated and come back and rule your children who will be doing, I was there sour. That has to stop. These people don't care about y'all. Y'all need to sit down and figure out what you want to do in that country. You heard the representative. He will never say, oh yes, our salary is too much. We talk about 96% unemployment rate. He said that's not true. Where you get your information from? These people don't care about y'all. Even if they can pay if the roads will go and diamond in our country, the people still want their cars. I drive a car in the US with the best roads. It has over 170,000 miles. Those people in Liberia don't care for y'all. So
Thank you.
Please stand together. Thank you.
Sandy, please take 30 seconds.
Well, Nelson, thank you for having us. On the issue of the security we touched on, I again want to emphasize that it's very important for the entire country, but it's extremely important that those that are making key decisions in the country are protected. So the Capitol building should be very much protected. Thank you for bringing on Representative Jacob Debee to speak on the issue of being one of the persons of interest. I agree. I mean, from his explanation tonight, we can clearly see that the issue of salary, most of them struggle with it to even admit that is a lot. I mean, if it was in a country where revenue was excessive and the people are not suffering, then we're not going to talk about it. Nobody's going to pay me 8,000.
Is there any time when is there going to be a time? Is there ever going to be a time when people
There should be there should be a time.
Nobody
No,
suffering.
not everybody will stop struggling, Nelson, but you focus on key area. Not a lot of people are struggling in Rwanda.
It should be the reverse. I'm sorry, Fanny. It should be the reverse. There shouldn't be 96% unemployment.
You're interrupting.
It should be 5% unemployment.
Extra 30 seconds. Thank you, Francis. Nelson, not everybody in Rwanda are enjoying. They are struggling. In fact, Liberia pay more than in. Do you know a maid or cleaner, what we call cleaner or house help in Liberia, minimum maybe around $100. In Rwanda is 30,000 K. Rwanda franc, which is less than $30 US, right? But what the people are focused on, the government don't pay a lot of money to their people, but they build the infrastructure. All those people have free health insurance, you know, right? Stable electricity, stable internet. So we are not saying that everybody will experience, goodness, right? And not everybody will struggle, right? But everybody needs to sacrifice. If the people are sacrificing by going hungry, the government official, the representatives should also sacrifice. The executive branch should sacrifice. Reduce your salary. Let's put that money into infrastructure, healthcare, education, so that the people who are not getting the money, they're not getting the salary, can also have good education. They can have good healthcare. But few people cannot just enjoy, and a lot of people are struggling in pretty much every area or everything in the country. That is not fair to the people. But it was a great show. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Cindy. And I want to say thanks to everyone for being here tonight. Our dear sister Freeman, we appreciate you. Lynn Lacroix, William Jala, thanks for joining us. Henrietta Kona Morgan, we appreciate you, ma'am. Bobby Dennis, thanks for coming on. Victor Morgan, we appreciate you. William Holt, Amos Yoma, Elegant Design, Wilbur Dobo. Yes, all of you joining us tonight. We appreciate you for coming on. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. This is I would like to end up on the late night show tonight. My name is Nelson Collet on behalf of the entire team. Fambole, Konowa, Francis, um, and Jalahu. We want to say a special happy birthday to.
You now call it good is Jalahu SVC.
No, the man said Jalahu. So on behalf of the team,
Jalahu.
we say happy birthday to Baby J. We wish you all the best as you celebrate your natal day today. Happy birthday to you, little man. And make sure to preserve that cake very well because I need my share. Have a good night and bye-bye to everyone.